Thank you, and welcome from our side as well. So we are here to share you some tips and to-dos for junior path, and we are talking from the perspective of a software engineer, since we are both software engineers. And first, we're gonna talk to you about our path and first steps in the tech career. We're gonna talk to you about how we practically got involved in tech, how we got our first jobs, and share a few tips that we learned on the way, and also share some general tips for juniors as well as for seniors.
We would like to share our experience and reflections and challenges we faced on our way, because we really want to inspire those who think that getting into tech is almost impossible. We want to allow an easier path for those who already want to be in tech but really don't know where to start. And also we really want to attract a lot of talented people to make our community, tech community, supportive and friendly.
So let's start by first introducing ourselves and say a few words. So me, I'm Severi Reivinen. I work as a software engineer in Zalando. And before starting here, I worked at private security for around 5 years. And during that time, engineering or coding was a hobby for me, but it ended up being a start of a career for me last summer when I got my internship at Zalando. And after the internship, I continued as a full-time developer here in the same team.
Yeah, and my name is Elena. I'm software engineer in Zalando too, and I spent more than 10 years in sales and marketing, and I really burned out. And then I decided to start everything from the scratch. And it was not easy, but it was really exciting journey. So now I'm really happy to be there and to share with you our path to tech.
So let's start by saying telling you what got our initial interest in the IT field. So for me, it started around when I was 15 years old, and I remember it started by playing with some small scripting languages, mostly related to games. And but the actual passion started when my ex-coworker started his university as a software engineer. And I remember that time, whenever we were working together, we spent a lot of time solving his problems he got from the uni, coding-related problems. And at that time, he also introduced me some different ways of learning software engineering. So he mentioned like open universities, open courses. And I remember this really got my attention because I realized that there are so many different possibilities and ways to learn. And it doesn't necessarily have to involve uni, but you can do it yourself on the web. What about you, Elena? How did it start?
Yeah, I fell in love with mathematical tricks when I was 8 years old, and I tried to write my first code when I was 13 years old. And so I can say that I was interested in mathematics and computers since I was a kid. And thanks for all my teachers who shared with me basics of mathematics as a science and basics of programming languages and computer graphics. It really helps me, and I even started my education in university. But on the second year, I found a job in sales and marketing, and I forgot about my interest for the years. And only after more than 10 years, I realized that where is my real interest, and I decided to switch a career and change the field. So it's never too late to start everything from the beginning. By the way, Severi, how did you practically start your way to tech?
Yeah, so my practical involvement started by attending this Open University course where I learned the basics of coding. And I remember during this time, I first started to think whether I should apply to a university, but after a while, I still stick to the online courses and my previous job. But eventually, in 2019, I applied to university. And in 2020, I started my studies. And during my first year, I found this passion in web development. So after this, I started to work on my personal projects. I found the great assets from YouTube. For example, there are great tutorials how to build awesome stuff, cool looking stuff, and they are completely free, so everyone can use them. And then before last summer, I started to apply to these internship positions, and last summer I got my position here at Zalando and continued after that. What about you, Elena?
So my situation is a little bit different because I already had a basic computer science education, but it was so many times ago. So when I decided to start from the beginning, I started from online courses too, because tech field has so many specific directions. So online courses is a good way to try everything and understand what you really want to do, what you really like. So yes, I started from online courses too. After some courses, then I already understand what I want to do and where I'm going. I started my education in college, actually, software engineering, and I'm a student right now. And on the second year, I started to apply to internships, and and I got my place in internship Zalando.
So then we would like to tell you something about the process of getting the internship and how it was in our experience. So about the recruitment process here in Zalando, it was a bit different for us, but I can start by telling how it was for me. So I remember when I applied to the position, I first got a call from Germany from one of our TA partners, talent acquisition partners, and during this call, they basically got to know me better, asked something about my interests, and just a little bit about my experience, but this was like this general interview. And after this, there was a few weeks, and then I got a call for the second round, which was with my current lead and my current team. And this was a two-part interview, where during the first part, it was me and my current lead, where he got to know me better, obviously, asked about my experience, my strengths, and so on. And we discussed some few technical questions during this, I remember. And after this part, there was the final step for me, which was the technical interview. And this included a live coding session, and also some tech-related discussions. But I think in general the interview process for me was really nice. I really enjoyed it, and I always felt like there was this clear path that I'm following during the process. So it was really well. And after this, I eventually got a call that okay, you've been chosen. Welcome to Zalando. And I remember I didn't really have any expectations for my first internship because I didn't have practical experience in the field. So I kind of expected it to be, or me to be like this person who doesn't know anything, who is just spectating from the side. But I remember that I ended up getting more responsibility than I expected, which was really nice in my opinion, because it helped me to learn and grow so much. And about after the interview or during the interview, obviously I learned a lot about the practical work of a software engineer, but a valuable skill that I learned during it was the collaboration between other teams as well, because you might be attending a university or studying on your free time, but you don't really get the same experience as you get when you're working in like this large software company where you have to collaborate with other teams as well. But yeah, like I said, we had a different processes. So how was it for you?
So my way to internship started from the message on LinkedIn, then a talent acquisition partner from Germany also. He invited me to participate in the hiring process to full stack engineering role. So it was a little bit unexpected because I was not ready, like I don't have any work experience, but I decided to participate because, let's say, it was a good opportunity to train the interviews. So then it began, and I had, I think, all possible types of interviews and everything. So I had an interview with my potential manager. I had an interview with recruiters. I had interviews with teams, and also I had this general tech interview. It's like it's not about the your position you're pretending to, but it's more about your knowledge, like how wide they are. Like it could be a question about everything related to tech, let's say. So also I had a live coding challenge. It was really nice. It was online session where was I and some guys from Zalando, and they gave me a task, and I did it like on. So you're really solving something live, and I think it's most the best memory from this recruitment process. Also, I had even a solution design interview, and it was the hardest part of that. And after all these steps, the talent acquisition partner, he called me and said, like, "Oh, you don't have enough experience for this role." And I said, okay. It was obviously that I had a zero experience. And also he told me that there is another opportunity to be intern in Zalando. And I was so happy he told me about it, and I agreed it. And if we will talk about my expectation before internship, I was so scared because I really thought that everyone expected from me a big bag of knowledge. I thought that everyone would think that I already should know how everything works, but it was not true. Right now I can say that everyone knows that you're an entry person, you are a junior, so everyone supports you, and you will have all answers. Just ask the questions, ask for some support, or ask for some help if you need. And making mistakes is normal.
Exactly.
It is so important to know. And as you can see, it really doesn't matter how many steps you have in your recruitment process. Most important thing is just to be yourself and try to do your best.
So getting the internship is one thing, but I know that for a fact that a lot of people actually would like to stay in the same company, maybe in the same position after the internship. So these are some tips or some points that we picked up from our internship that can maybe help you in the future to get another contract after the internship ends. So first, work hard. This is obvious because this is a way of showing your interest in the job. Then be proactive. So don't just work on the stuff that is assigned to you maybe, but also try to bring out your ideas, suggest new ways of dealing with the current issues, and so show proactiveness. And lastly, communicate with the team, with your lead. Let them know that you're actually interested to stay in the team, because this also gives them the idea that, okay, you want to grow here, you want to learn more here. So remember to bring out your thoughts. And what about landing a job, Elena? Do you have any tips for this?
Yes, I have. So before starting to looking for any new position in new field or before start new career, you should compare the knowledge you already have and experience you already have with the requirements in the interesting field. So it will help you to understand what you also need to learn, what skills or maybe what knowledge you should get before start new career, and it help you to become more stronger candidate. Also, use network to find open position. It's quite often that entry-level positions don't publish anywhere, so there is no other way to find them except asking for a person from the field. If you're going to meetups or attend any exhibitions, or maybe you just find some contacts in community on the field, you can find these hidden positions, and it will help you a lot. The next tip is not the tip really, so just apply to open positions. Be active and increase your chance to find the job. And also one important thing is prepare before assessment. Make a little research, know something, learn something about the company, hiring company, learn something about their culture, and of course, read job description carefully. So you should be, your experience and your knowledge should somehow be fit into this role description. So be prepared. Maybe you don't have a work experience, but you know about this technology in theory. So it's also a good thing. And show your knowledge. Show your knowledge and don't afraid to share concrete examples, even if these examples are something about your study projects or something you did as a part of your hobby. It's really good to show something to hiring company and to the world. So then let's imagine you got your first job interview. Let's talk about some challenges you can face on that way.
Yes, so first we want to talk about the technical challenges that you might face on the way. So always prepare for technical pre-assessment. So as we told you, we both went through this live coding session, and it's a good idea to prepare for these. Just be mentally prepared that this is something that you might need to do. And also usually when you're applied to junior positions and even in some cases senior positions, there might be pre-assessments that you have to do. So be prepared, make sure that you have time to deal with them, and this will give you a good start for these steps. And then using best practices. So paying attention to small details, for example, naming your variables or functions, if the position you're applying to is related to software engineering. And also one good point that people usually miss is abstracting your solutions. So don't pick the obvious answer, but try to abstract it to the higher level, because this will make you stand out from the rest of the people applying to the position. And at the same time, still try to keep it simple and stupid, just so the person who is reviewing this assignment that you're doing also knows what you are doing there. And the next step, kind of related to this, is for asking for a code review when possible. So this can be done even before you start working on these pre-assignments or live coding sessions. So if you're working on something on your free time and you have a buddy or a mate who also knows how to code, it is a good idea to ask for a code review. Try to find some points where you might be lacking, where you can improve, because this is something that is done on a daily basis on a real practical job, right? So this is a good skill that people should also learn. And then explaining your solutions. So talking through what is going on in your head, because especially in the live coding session, when you're working on something, you might be feeling stressed out, and during this situation, there might be this moment that, okay, I just forgot about everything that I know. So in this case, it can be also useful to go through your thought process, explain the solution that you're thinking, because this will give the interviewer the idea that you're still kind of knowing what is happening here, what you're trying to accomplish. So explaining, letting them know what's going on inside your head, this is really helpful.
Then let's talk about non-technical challenges. So from my point of view, non-technical challenges are most stressful thing, because, for example, rejections or how the length of recruitment process, or maybe this infinity time when you're waiting for the answer from the hiring company, all these things are really annoying, but you should remember that those annoying things are just a natural part of job hunting, so it's okay. It's not because of you, it's just because this process works like it. Also, don't let this thing demotivate you, because you should have this inner fire inside you to show your potential, to be a possible candidate for the role. And we should remember that all of us, starting from the beginning, and if we have lack of experience, or if we have this imposter syndrome, and we feel unconfident, and we are thinking like, oh, I don't have enough knowledge, or I don't have enough working skills, or something like that. No, because everyone started from the beginning, and everyone has a zero experience before start something. So you need just start to gain this experience. And also, please avoid burnouts. It is something that if you already feel exhausted hunting for the job and you are tired, just put everything on pause, take a rest, because you really need to impress hiring company. And it is really hard to impress someone if you are so tired that you doesn't look like person who really want to work there. So those challenges you can face while looking for a job. And we also have some tips for juniors and fellow workers to make this way easier.
So let's start by mentioning a few tips for your future or the future fellow workers. So first is thinking the junior as a project. So including the junior in the roadmap, maybe you can start thinking, why do we need an intern or a junior? Because this is gonna help you plan maybe the assignments that the junior is gonna be working on, or the tasks, or which projects the junior could be included in. Because the fact is that junior needs time, and junior needs someone to sort of show them the way and give instructions, teach them the company best practices and ways of working. And also being patient, so trying to reflect back to the time when you were a junior, because you know that during that time you were also feeling that you don't know anything, everything felt so new. Then asking how the junior is doing, maybe what challenges they are facing, or what is going well for them, because this is going to help you to get a better understanding whether they need support somewhere, or what are their strengths. So maybe they can be included in new projects, for example. And then giving them responsibility when suitable, because this helps them get more confidence in the work that they do. And lastly, giving feedback. So this is a key thing for the development of a junior, because then they know where they need to focus on more.
And also we have some tips for juniors. And the first thing is the pet projects or your portfolio. You should start to work on it from the beginning, because it is always nice to have something to show to the world and show to the hiring company, just to prove that you can do something. The second thing is prepare a plan with milestones. It shouldn't be planned with, like deadlines, but you should have a milestones. You should know what things should be done first. You should know what you are going to learn, and when you will be ready to apply for open roles, because otherwise you are risking to stuck into being I'm still not ready position. And then the chance of success are going to the zero. Prepare a short speech about yourself. It's kind of summary, who you are, what are you looking for, what you already can do, and why you're so special, for example, to be chosen, and so on. It will help you to advertise yourself anytime then opportunity will appear. So anytime you meet someone who can help you, or anytime you are introducing yourself to the community, for example. And one more thing, pay attention to your CV and cover letter. CV and cover letter is something that introduce you. So hiring manager will first see your CV and cover letter, and only after it maybe he will meet you. So try to make good first impression. And also one important thing, try to find a mentor. Basically, who is the mentor? Mentor is someone experienced from the field who can share his expertise and experience with you, less experienced, and they can help you to grow because they can give you good advices what to learn next or where to go and where to start everything. And also they can highlight your strengths and weaknesses and help you to speed up your career, because they already go through all this way to be into tech, to to be promoted, for example, and they can help you to understand what should be done next, how to achieve your dreams. And they are a part of networking. And again, we are talking about networking and these opportunities they give you. So mentor is someone already from the field. So if you are proof your readiness to be into tech, if you're proof that you're already ready to get your first job, they can recommend you, for example, or introduce you to the company who is looking for juniors, and it will help you to get into tech. And of course, they are sharing the feedbacks. And feedbacks are really advices. They're practical advices, what to do to become more stronger candidate.
And also for the juniors, be a mentor, because being a mentor, it can help you to grow. There is this idea about learning by teaching. So there might be some problem that you are quite familiar with, but teaching this or the solution behind this to a junior, it can help you to understand the context of the problem better, or maybe the tech better. And it also gives you valuable people management experience. So it is completely different to lead a senior developer compared to a junior developer, because the seniors usually they already have the knowledge. They don't need the instructions on the basic stuff, but juniors often they need it. But lastly, it's also an opportunity to learn from the juniors. So juniors might have new ideas. They might know some different, better technology to solve the problem that you're currently working on. So don't just see them, also see them as a learning opportunity for yourself. And then yeah, we are reaching the end. So we want to thank you all for listening. And to quickly sum things up, we shared our journey to the tech, and it's important to keep in mind that this is just our journey, and we are software engineers, so yours might be completely different. But we also provided some tips for getting a job, so hopefully these will be useful for you all. We talk about the common challenges and mentioned a few words about how to overcome them. And also, finally, we shared some tips both for juniors and seniors. So if you find them helpful, please pick them up.
Yeah, and don't give up. Please don't give up. We are all individuals. We share with you tools and challenges we faced, and please make your own set of tools, useful tools, and have fun on your way to the tech. And that's it. Just start it. Start your journey. Thank you for listening. And we are able to answer your questions if you have some during the coffee room at lunch break at 11:10. There will be also Zalando Talent Acquisition Partner Sarah Sofia. So you're welcome. And thank you for listening. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.